Anyway, so before we start, the talk today is about accessibility CI/CD. And just one moment I want to ask, anyone here have ever worked with accessibility bugs, fixing bugs? Raise your hand. Yep, okay. So the rest haven't, but you eventually will get there. So just before we start, I want to remind, in case no one understands what is meant by accessibility and A11 and what the connection between these two. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, one moment. I'll just use this one. Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, accessibility means A11. Why? Because we have exactly 11 characters between the A and the Y. That's it. So everyone tell you A11 Y. Now you understand why it is accessibility. 2.2 billion are, according to the latest WHO report, for number of people globally experience accessibility issues, visual impaired, which included every one of you in this room, whoever we're in class. Yes, exactly, including me. I don't wear class because I don't want to feel like I'm wearing class, but I'm also part of this. And any one of you ever use your laptop or your device more than 8 hours a day, included. So the actual number, 2.2 billion, can be much bigger. And suddenly, accessibility for these people are not something we minor anymore, okay? So the question is, we're in 2025. Every year, we tend to reinvent the definition and the practice for accessibility. Is accessibility broken in 2025? The answer is pretty much yes. It's become more complex. It's have a lot of practice, have a lot of ongoing work try to address it. But as you can see here, I actually need to remember that I need to do this. So these are the common accessibility bugs from 2019 and 2025. And you can see the low contrast text, it become very high. Why? Because we're in class, we're working with screen, we're looking at our device all the time, and this is what happened here. And still, these are reported bugs. It didn't go down. It go down by a little bit, if you can see 2025, but still not go down enough, okay? And just a funny story from my personal experience. I recently changed to another company, a new company. In the first 2 days I worked in the company, this is what we get. They have an annual a semi-annual audit for accessibility. And this time we got 368 bugs reported on accessibility. No one knows why, no one knows how, because 6 months ago, we only have 100 accessibility bugs, which is kind of a variable. So everyone got panicked. Really, everyone got panicked. And yep, it's not a very easy moment because it's broken. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do in order to fix this? Well, first and foremost, let's recap a bit. What is web accessibility? So a lot of people think accessibility is something like only for disabled people, only for people that have visual impairment. The truth is, accessibility is how you hear, you see, how you understand the context from what you hear and see about a certain application, and then you will develop how you're going to interact with it. So in short, accessibility is actually user experience here. Nothing out of this. It's part of user experience. If a user cannot use your app or website, which means your application is not usable and it's not accessible. Okay? So here comes the next question. Why is accessibility always an afterthought? I never see a code base and project, a team that ever tell me, hey, we need to prioritize accessibility first. Every new feature come in, every single developer or team leader will tell me, yes, I know we have accessibility and compliance, but we can put it later. No one knows where later. So why is that? Well, first of all, because it's a feature, right? It's a nice to have thing. By the way, this is actual photo that I took in Paris last month. I was in Paris, and it's funny because I came with my baby, and we need to find a way to get the trolley up. And the only place that have the trolley up was blocked by a big things. No other way. So this is what you call accessibility is the feature. It's there. It's supported, but you cannot use it, which is wrong. And another thing that make accessibility become very, very low priority is because the amount of accessibility, compliance, and guidelines in order to make an app is numerous, huge. You need to make sure the color contrast, the navigation tab, the focus, the landmark, the layout, the 200 and 400% understandable content, which means you need to write in a language that everyone understands, form handling, media, typography, so on and so forth. Just this amount of guideline and things that you need to make sure your code base is compliant with that, it makes me feel like, come on, I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm not different from you. The moment I saw this, I'm very into accessibility, but I look at my capacity, I look at my release cycle, and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like doing it. Maybe later, maybe one day. But the truth is, accessibilities are bugs. You cannot avoid it. It's bugs. It's not issue. It's not a feature. It's just nice to have. It's bugs. So how are we going to fix it? How are we going to make sure that we don't leave it later? And how we want to make sure that we don't feel like, I know I need to do it, but I don't feel like it. Let's bake it into our CI/CD. So reminding, what is CI/CD? A very huge thing. I'm not DevOps, so I look at this and it's like metrics to me. In general, CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment, which means you'll be able to automate it, build or test, and merge your code in a safe way. And CD meaning that you deploy continuously with your confidence that your app will work and nothing break. So how are we going to integrate accessibility into it? Well, to be short, this is the whole cycle of CI/CD here. So we have CI and CD where we have the code, the PR you make, the build you make, the review you make, the PR review, and merge back to the main branch. And CD is meaning after you finish with it, it run another deployment test before it actually go to the wild. Okay? So to put accessibility inside here, we have several ways. For the code aspect, or the code component, we can put Linder on it. For review, we can have AI feedback. You cannot avoid it. I know everyone will like, AI going to replace my job. It's going to replace me. Come on, no. It's here. It's not going to replace you. It's here to help you with things like feedback and code review. And of course, write code for you. Okay, it's not replacing you. It actually helps you writing code. Anyway, so PR analysis, AI and accessibility. Accessibility test for unit test and for deployment test. So what are the tools are we going to use in order to enable automated AI accessibility in our deployment cycle? Well, we have two different categories here. The first thing is the tool for automation, and the second thing is the tool for developer experience. So the tool for automation, we have several options. Here is the option that I've been using and I'm continue using in my new workplace. Xcore with Playwright, this is a combo that you have to use it, no other way, because it gives you so much things that you don't want to miss it. Evans is another nice to have tool that provide a seriously good quality of accessibility check for your application. It's even better than Lifehouse. And how? We're going to take a look in the demo. The other aspect is the developer tool that help you develop with accessibility. So in that, we have ESLint. Anyone know the ESLint have A11Y accessibility plugin? Raise your hand. Good, which means it's good I introduce here. We have Swim. So anyone knows Swim? It's not going to swim in the ocean, yeah? It's Swim tool, Swim.io. It's a nice tool that help you swim in your documentation. It has also AI inside, which I'm going to introduce in the next demo. And Storybook. Storybook have AI, I keep mixing between AI and A11Y. That's actually show you how close these two together. Anyway, so Storybook, accessibility add-on, and chromatic. This is the combo. If you use in Storybook, you have to have this combo in order to make sure that your component is accessible from your point of view. Okay, so let's see. We're going to do a small demo. In this demo, I'm going to show you a very ugly and broken app called Task Management. And in this one, we're going to use ESLint to find accessibility bug, Playwright, Score, Lifehouse, and of course, other things that can be interesting. So let's take a look. Okay, so in ESLint, I turn on ESLint in my code base. My code base have a client and also have a script and a server side. Nothing fancy here. So in ESLint, I using ESLint plugin JSX A11Y. Can everyone see it, or it's too like this? Too short? You cannot see it? Okay. Now I cannot see it. This is now accessible. Great. Okay, so this is ESLint plugin JSX A11Y. This is the plugin you should have for your ESLint config. And in order to enable it, we just need to go to plugin as JSX A11Y and put on JSX A11Y plugin. Okay? And that's pretty much it. You can also have a few other options like recommend rules. So we put the rules here so it knows what to do. And we also can turn it on, but it's not needed because you already have ESLint for A11Y here. Okay, and how do I run it? So in package.json, I have a function, I have a command called lint. Okay, so I just run it. npm run lint. And let's see it. And here wow, this is not related to accessibility, but yeah. So you can hear here that we have a few things. All of these are not related, not related, not related. I need to actually put it at ignore, but never mind. What's going on here with my code base? So here, you can see here, this is JSX A11Y, say no attach static element interaction. So image element must have an and prop. And also here, click event have a key event. And a lot of things here, for example, here, app, you have visible non-interactive element with click handle or at least one keyboard listener. And so on and so forth. So let's take a look on the app, see what it say here. So in the app, if you look at the div, we have button, great. But then we have also a div right here. It say another clickable div, inaccessible. Okay, so it does catch this one. But now how I'm going to run it without, because every time when you develop, you need to run npm lint in order to see it, right? So we can do it by just turn on the extension. So, oh, it's Microsoft. When did they got Microsoft thing here? Anyway, so here, when you turn it on, it will actually show you the problem right here, right? And the other things we're going to do is we're going to do Playwright. So in Playwright, if, no, not Playwright here, I will do test. Hey, actually, come on. There's too many files here that I won't remember everything. So here in the test file, I have the accessibility test that is running with accessibility, and I actually use Xbuilder built-in, Xbuilder from Xscore Playwright. And then I'll just create a new Xbuilder, and then I will just get the scan and make sure that it's equal to none. This is already enabled with all the standard of while I like on the web accessibility standard of AA minimum. You can also configure it to be more than that. So how do I run it? If I run it here, I can do run, I think, test. A lot of things, test. So test UI, okay? So I'm doing run test UI. It will actually, it always happens. Path to file URL is not defined. Never mind, we have not a lot of times. So you just need to, when you run this playwright, it actually, wait, where's this one? Playwright. Yeah, just move it. Okay, great. And here you go. Show me, yeah. And in here, Playwright will show you the whole UI right here. And then here you can actually run it and see how it fell and where did it fail and what it fell. So it also say the contrast, a lot of things here that you need to do and to do. Okay? And that is Playwright. And the last one is Lifehouse. So for Lifehouse, we have Flyhouse CI. How much? I have 8 minutes. So I will do the Lighthouse. We have Lighthouse CI collect. So in here, I can do something like run Lighthouse CI auto run. Okay, and then what it does here, it's trying to run the Lighthouse CI, and it will also inspect the CI. So while it's waiting, I'll just show you what it does have here. Right here. This is something it's run before, and it gives you a temporary URL that you can view your report locally. And then it also show you what it run here, and so it's good. But this is not good enough because say accessibility is 91%. Meanwhile, this is not 91%. If I'm using Evans, which is much better, and I scan this page, then you can see here it have 8 issues. 8 issue, definitely not 91%. It's more than that. So in this case, it's good. The only reason I didn't add Evans in this demo is because we need to have enterprise license for it, and we're still in progress to get it. So I know. And lastly, you can actually add it into your YARN file, which is will run. Whenever have a PR, it will run the live file, it gives the post summary, and it have a playwright. We don't have much time, so let's just move fast. And the next thing I want to show you is the AI with accessibility, AI for A11Y. Yeah, it's hard. So what I'm used it for, it's super useful for a lot of things. It generates an end-to-end test for you, so you don't have to write it. It detects the wrong pattern. It also gives you inline recommendation what to do in order to make it more accessible. And it helps you to summarize error report in a human understandable, because face it, it's not every time, not always that you understand what is the guidelines talk about. Because we are not talking about normal human language here. I would not understand what you mean by increase the contrast, right? So, and of course, it also can validate and generate PR comment and a lot. You can also enable CI workflow. By the way, the workflow I created was created by Copilot agent mode. And that's how it works. 5 minutes, good. Okay, so here, so if I turn this one off and I open Copilot, I hate this one. Can I keep? Yeah. And how do I minimize it? Anyone know how to minimize this thing? The UI here sucks, I must say. Anyway, I can't believe I'm doing it. So here is what I did here. I actually added to give me some file to generate for me on the script and so on to help me with my CI/CD. So I don't have to do it because I want to focus on development. I don't want to focus on DevOps. I don't want to sit there and try to configure the CI/CD. I want the AI to do it for me. And here in this file, I can ask it to fix accessibility bugs in this file, okay, and see what it's going. I tried to go in, but sorry, I cannot keep it. How can? This is so bad. And if anyone working for Copilot in Vue Israel and watching this show, please change it. This is annoying. So here you can see it trying to fix it. Now it fixed into the button instead of div, and it give on the type, and it also, let's see if it's fixed other thing. Right, it doesn't know how to fix the image problem, but it does know how to fix the other problem, which is good, right? And that's good enough. Okay, so we don't have time, so let's just go for it. You can also, I also add a workflow, CI/CD workflow, talk to OpenAI and ask it to summarize whatever happened in Playwright and tell me what I need to fix. But again, AI is not everything. So AI cannot replace you. AI cannot fix for you the flow navigation. And AI cannot fix for you all the things like contrast or anything because you need to know how to fix it. AI will only need to know, I only know how to fix it when you tell us what to fix. And for layout issue, like 200%, 400%, it will not know how to do it for you. So you have to do it, you have to review it, and you always have to be careful when you're working with AI. So how do we adopt it? 3 minutes, yay. How do we adopt it? Well, adopting accessibility mindset in a code base with 300-something bugs is not easy. For that, you need to do it slowly, prioritize the bug, fixing what is important first, building an CI/CD that actually going to fix it for you, or building an automation test that automation script that going to fix it for you using AI. That's also work. Adding non-plugin scan whenever it's possible, and using Swim to document fixes. If I have time, I will go show you how cool it is, but for now, just keep it this way. For the new code base or new features, from that moment on, what we can do in order to enable accessibility is we have to include the designer. There's no other way. Designer have to be the first and the first one and the most important person in this whole cycle to enable accessibility design for us, because we are developers. We're not responsible for whatever they break in the design. So that have to be included. And we can use Copilot agent or Cursor or Windsor, I don't know, whatever vibe coding things that you like to use. I like Copilot agent, well, because I'm originally from Microsoft, so yeah. But anyway, so Copilot agent is good enough to help you write accessibility component. And you also add Playwright and Xcode on every single page or component in order to make sure that component is covered for accessibility. And you can also add Lifehouse CI to guard the PR, so make sure no one break anything by accident. And of course, ASLint, Storybook, all the things that will give you also CI in order to adjust it into your CI/CD and development workflow. And that's come with all of that in mind. It's proven that 50% of the bugs will be fixed by automation. 50%, a lot, right? You don't have to deal with 50% of the bug here. And 27% of the bug will be identified just by linter. Isn't it awesome? For me, it's more than 20% is considered a huge improvement for my life. So what are the next step? A lot of next step. We need to make sure that we always remember the definition of done, including accessibility. Designer always, what? Okay, designer always be part of it, and always train, a lot of training, a lot of accessibility tips and tricks, and common problems, how to fix them, knowledge transfer, everything here will need to be done. And manual tests is never be eliminated. You still need to do manual tests, especially for screen reader and layout change. And that's it. Last thing, if your CI doesn't catch your bug, your user will, and you don't want to have that happen because by the time the user get into the bug, they will leave your app and there's no going back. Before we finish, my name is Maya, if you haven't known that. I'm a lead software engineer at Salesforce. I'm on for web accessibility, and I'm the author of Learning Vue. Wow, 25 books for me to sign, that's a lot. I'm a mom of 4. I just gave birth to a boy. So accessibility is everything for me when I travel to another place. And that's it. You're welcome to follow me on my podcast where I'm talking about anything about web and be accessible. Thank you.